sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping. Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together. Yup, and we in this bitch like a fetus. First and foremost, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that cool shit. I'm on the streak. That's like my 6th episode in a row saying it, and we already passed 200 episodes, so that shows you how hard-headed I am. Yes. But I'm getting on the road with it. You know what I mean?
Congrats.
Doing the right thing. But today is a special day. We have a Philly legend, somebody that I've been trying to get through here for a while.
Don't do me like that.
And we'll get into why, schedules weren't aligned and all of that. First and foremost, before she gets into don't do that. That's the thing with us. We work. we do things, and it's not always easy to get the same time and to sit down together, so it's no problem.
No, I know.
But somebody that also, since we have been planning this, has been through a lot of things and learned a lot of things, and has actually been more excited to come through and share, so that makes the timing divine.
Absolutely.
So I do have with me Tammi Jean, formerly known as Lady MERK. How are you?
Super big hair.
This is my first interview since I've been hospitalized. Well, since I got discharged. And this is also my first interview in 2023. So you lucky, you getting exclusive.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You ain't late. You right on time.
Right on time.
You right on time. I'm not mad at it at all. But first and foremost, I want to salute you because ever since I've been intertwined with the music scene in Philly, and I say intertwined because you understand how it goes. We see the same people everywhere we go. Yes. And it becomes a thing.
Like just seeing you when I did the Red Snapper interview at
Absolutely.
Chuck's. That's the last time I saw you, before I got
that
sick.
wasn't that long ago.
That was not long ago. I think November or October.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But you always was on the mix. You was on the big stages. You was opening for dope people. You in the sections with them folks. So you are somebody that is not new to anything that goes on out here, but everybody still, you like super relevant still. It's like you're not nowhere near where the people that are thought of in the time frame of when you started your mission are considered that. Like people still you did reinvent, you did do the name change with the Tammi Jean, but you still you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I was just on Spotify, and my monthly subscribers or monthly listeners on Spotify as Lady MERK is like almost 60K. So Tammi Jean only had 5K. And I was like, well, damn, so you trying to say Lady MERK hotter than Tammi Jean? We both the same people, but it's just because she was out before, and I have a song that went super viral called Super Bitch, which is an Eminem. Remember, I can be your super girl. I flipped it, so it's like going crazy over in the UK and crazy places. So that's what made that one freestyle made the streams go up and my monthly listeners go up.
Crazy.
So I'm making money still. Relevant, since you brought up the word relevant. I'm still relevant as Lady MERK and Tammi Jean because of that one fucking freestyle.
You never gonna be able to shake it, but that's another thing to be proud of because you built the brand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you branded the fuck out of it. You went viral a couple times. Like you did all type of things under that name. To where you got the UK giving a fuck about something that you did.
And we talk about in 2014.
That's a blessing, man. So, salute to that. 60,000 monthly listeners on the page that is becoming an afterthought to you.
Yes, because I did the name change in 2016. So it's like, damn, I've been Tammi Jean since 2016, and the relevancy of Lady MERK is still prominent, and that's a great thing. So I'm
be
blessed.
Proud of that. Be proud of that. I know you don't get offended when people still call you MERK.
No, it's tattooed on me. I'm gonna always be MERK. I was MERK since I was 3 years old. So that's something that's going to be. I mean, when I started rapping, of course, I put the lady in front of the MERK, but that was a childhood nickname.
How the hell? Who named you MERK? Why? What does
she used to call me her Murky MERK. I don't know where it came from. She don't even know.
A murky
So it's funny
MERK.
because people, like, what is a murky
Shout out
MERK?
to grandpa. That's heavy. A murky
It's
MERK.
crazy because the rappers use it to kill. Like, MERK means
Yeah,
murder.
that's why I was like, I know
was
your
the first
grandma
MERK.
wasn't on
I
no
was the
MERK.
first MERK. Yeah, it started with me. Technically,
That's
if I was 3 years
funny.
old.
Yo, when the family name wound up still popping, that's crazy because I definitely thought that it meant.
Yeah, my grandmom's 82. God bless her. She's 82, but she was like, she just looks like a murky. That's my murky MERK. She don't even know where it came from.
I wish she did.
It's a nickname.
I think she do. She just ain't gonna tell you.
She never told us. She never told me
she
why.
knew her family. Their last name was MERK, so Murkies or something. She was like, she looked like one of them.
Yeah. Shout
That's
out to
hilarious.
Grandmama Merk.
That's hilarious. But one thing that you was excited about coming on here to talk about was your latest experience, diagnosis, and hardship. Actually, do you want to explain? First of all, I saw you at Red Snapper thing. I said I'm gonna get with you soon. You was drinking Tokyo teas.
I was fine.
You was good.
I was good.
What?
At least I thought I was.
Well, yeah.
At least I thought I was.
What happened? What changed after I saw you then?
So that was October. I do remember because I did the Uptown Standards Awards and I performed there, and that was October 5th.
Okay.
And Red Snapper's thing was right after that. So and she was there too, and I remember her saying, "While we're here, I want to get you on Red Snapper. I'm gonna get you on my show." And I went. It's Chubby Chases. Shout out to Red Snapper. Shout out, that's my good sister. Love you, sweet person. If you don't know her, you got to meet her. Her energy is amazing. Everybody says that about her.
I love Snap.
But anyway, long story short, she said I got to get you on the Chubby Chases show. So I went there, where I saw you at. I was fine, like he said, smoking my gas, drinking my Tokyo teas. Shortly after that, so that's October, November, December. Christmas comes along. So I do notice that like that whole year. Well, that whole, like I would say, actually since from July up until October, I was having stomach issues. I'm just thinking like it could just be something I'm dealing with. Like it ain't. Dietary age, whatever, whatever. Right. I'm eating the wrong shit, whatever. And I didn't think it was nothing serious.
Too much Tokyo in my tea.
That too, and then it just turned into diarrhea, like excessive diarrhea. Then it went from that to really bad stomach pain, and then it went from that to rapid weight loss. So we're talking December. We're talking like actually Christmas. I remember my grandmom's birthday is December 21st. I took her and my mom out for her birthday. I got their nails done and everything. I was fine. And then on Christmas Day, which is the 25th, her birthday was the 21st. On the 25th, I couldn't finish my Christmas food. I couldn't, like, my mom made a big husky plate. My yams, my mac and cheese, my everything that I normally eat, I couldn't finish it. That wasn't likely. That wasn't like for me not to be able to finish no Christmas meal. Yeah. So then after that, it went from me being the weight I was, which was 152. Well, at that time I was like probably like 149 to like 102 pounds, like fast. We're talking like quick. We're talking like 3 weeks.
You was evaporating. You was disappearing
right in front of my own eyes. So no, by the time I got admitted into the hospital, I was 102. They weighed me. That was the first thing they did. They weighed me and took my blood pressure.
It's like a little preteen girl.
Like I was starting, like I was reversing into a baby again.
Yeah.
So at this point, they was like, okay, nobody lose that much weight that fast. So we're thinking is something with your intestines. So they didn't think like nothing crazy like cancer. Even with cancer and AIDS patients, they don't lose weight that fast. Okay, so they like this is something definitely within her intestines. So they was like, oh yeah, she's definitely not coming home, Mom. She's staying overnight. She's definitely not coming home. So the next morning, my mom started crying and getting hysterical. I calmed her down. The next morning, they did my CAT scan at 5:45 in the morning, and they was like, we do see something there, but we want to have to do a colonoscopy to be able to find out what it exactly is. And then once they did the colonoscopy, that's when they told me that I had the 3 ulcers on my colon, which were bleeding. So I was internally bleeding all that time. Like if a person gets shot at 5 o'clock and they don't get healed and fixed up until 6 o'clock, it's possible they can lose a lot of blood. So you can lose, like if you're bleeding, you're going to lose blood, which is losing weight. So I lost all that weight rapidly because I was internally bleeding. Nothing was coming out of me, but it was in me bleeding.
And the blood was still staying in you. You weren't releasing any of it either.
No, I wasn't even getting the menstrual.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, rough.
So by the grace of God, they said your blood work is flawless. All you have is this ulcerative colitis. Because at first they thought I had Crohn's disease, and then thank God I don't, because that's the major version of my diagnosis is the baby version of Crohn's. Okay. So it's IBS, it's Crohn's, and then it's ulcerative colitis. I have ulcerative UC.
Right. I hear about these in the commercial. I'm aware. I'm a little familiar.
So Crohn's disease is when you have to actually get your intestines removed. Weight loss, excessive diarrhea, the same thing as mine, but I didn't have to get my intestines removed.
Thank
Instead,
God.
they put me on medication, which will, because basically my disease is inflammation of the colon. So they're trying to shrink it. They're trying to decrease the size of the inflammation and also get the ulcers to close so that I won't bleed anymore. So that's the reason why I'm on all the medication, which is the prednisone, the mesalamine. I lost a lot of blood, so now I'm anemic. I got to drink beet juice every morning. I got to take fiber pills. It's like I got to do everything to get my blood, my hemoglobins back up. So it's just like that. And then and once I get to that point, I will get my weight back, and then I will be hopefully. There's no cure for this, by the way. This is a lifelong element. I'm gonna have this for the rest of my life.
Okay,
They have not found a cure for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis yet.
Okay.
So as long as I stay on my medication and eat clean, so I can't eat shit that I used to eat before.
Right.
And I love cheesesteaks. I love me a Big Mac with extra Mac sauce. I can't have that no more.
You could have probably went without the Big Mac anyway, but it's cool.
I could have went without the cheesesteak.
We don't want to be forced into anything, and that's the bullshit. So I feel you. I say I'm cutting back on certain things. I ain't quitting nothing.
Yeah, and what's crazy is they don't even know what it came from. So it could be a number of things. It could be unhealthy eating. It can be past trauma, or internal bleeding or excessive stress. And I had a lot of that. I had all of that. So we don't know which one triggered it, but I had all of that. I had stress, past trauma. I didn't know I was internally bleeding, but that I guess at some point I'll get into that when I write my book. That's another touchy subject I don't want to get into on the interview right now because it's just going to just... It's
fine. We'll do it one hurdle at a time.
But, but the gist of it is I got diagnosed and on the exact date was January 25th, but I had this probably since July.
Okay, so that was one of my questions. Do they know when?
Yeah.
But okay,
yeah,
so around July. Summertime.
Around June, July.
Jeez. Well...
That's when the bleeding started.
Right. See, and that's a long time. Just like I'm giving my initial reaction because I got so many questions, but it's like you just said a lot, and I'm glad that you're eloquent and that you have a full understanding of what you're going through because you explained that beautifully. And I know that it's not easy, especially knowing you don't know who's going to see this, but that's part of it. Is it could help somebody.
But that's the main reason why I'm talking about it, because somebody could be, why am I losing weight? Why am I losing my appetite? Because that's what I started. I couldn't taste nothing. I was like ordering like, at this point now I don't want to eat healthy, so I was like ordering anything that tastes good, anything that I knew tasted good to me, and I couldn't taste it. So I'm like, hold up. Now do I got COVID? What do I have? Like,
no, and I was about to say, but then
have?
you give yourself an out because you be like, I'm all right because I ain't got COVID.
And that's another thing. The doctors tested me for everything. Each day, I was in the hospital for like, let's just say 13 days straight, laying on my back. That's another reason why my ass got flat, because I was swishing it. I was laying on my back for 13 days, and it had me connected to the IV because, mind you, I need a blood transfusion at this point. So they looking for blood. They trying to get my blood type. That took about 18 hours to find the right blood type.
Did you already know your blood type before this?
And until they told me.
I'm just, because most people don't.
I didn't until
you'd be surprised.
They went positive, but I didn't know until they told me.
Is it rare?
No.
Okay.
But it just took them 18 hours to give me blood.
Okay.
They got to run tests to make sure the blood is clean before they put it in you.
The process is way better. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So that being said, my GI doctor, shout out Dr. Cadella, he's amazing. My GI doctor came in, he was like, okay, so we found the 3 ulcers on your colon. Thank God that when we ran the biopsy, none of it was cancerous. They did blood work from the time I got there. They tested me for everything. They tested me for shit I couldn't even pronounce. So I know my blood work is flawless.
Dope.
But I'm like, damn, I got flawless. But they be like, you don't have COVID. You don't even have a common cold. You don't have nothing but this one thing. Because they gave me a CAT scan. They gave me a colonoscopy. They gave me x-rays to make sure there were no blood clots in my legs from laying in the bed so long. They did everything. They tested me for tuberculosis. Anything you can name, they tested me for it.
We picked with you for 13 days straight.
Yeah, they took like 4 tubes of blood every day I was there. They took like at least 4 tubes of blood.
I know Mama MERK was there. Mama MERK
morphine. I was in Depends and diapers, shitting on myself. I couldn't even get up because I was connected to the IV. So, and anytime I had to go to the bathroom, if I pushed the button and the nurse wouldn't come, I had to just go. because I couldn't get up.
You can't control nothing.
So
either.
imagine being in that state, like, damn, I'm a baby again.
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass woman, but I felt like a baby.
But
again
this
for
is
those
my
13
question,
days.
like, because I was going to start small. Like, when the last time you had to spend overnight in a hospital before this?
Never.
I
never had a surgery, and the one surgery I did have in my life was on my eye.
I was so young when I had to spend a night in a hospital. I don't remember
it. The experience.
I don't like hospitals, and I'm sure part of that comes from that.
I don't think nobody do.
Like, I think, like, no, but I've gotten out of it because it became necessary to go with my grandmother, and but I had a real strong hatred against hospitals for a while, and I just got over that. But I just couldn't imagine saying, we keeping you overnight, right? That was the first thing. Like, my head would already, my mind would be blown. I'd be probably trying to figure out this shit for them. But then you say 13 days was from that time. So it's 13 days straight of trying to figure this thing out, not knowing the extent of what's going on, but also knowing that my body is not doing anything that it used to do
at all.
And I just gotta lay here.
Everything was reverting back to baby form. And then, like, the first couple of days I was there, I was on the ER floor. After they gave me my CAT scan, after they gave me the CAT scan and found out that it was something definitely there. They didn't say what yet. They was like, all right, we're gonna take you up to room 439. So now I'm on the 4th floor. And that's when they gave me the colonoscopy and then told me my diagnosis.
But
because prior to that, they thought I had Crohn's.
How do you maintain sanity? How do you keep your spirits up?
Oh, gosh. Writing.
You got some writing done?
I mean, I got a whole project out. I just released it. Unbreakable.
I didn't know. But see, sometimes we already be on a path and we could add to it and make it unbreakable. I didn't know the whole thing came from the experience.
Yeah, well, 2 of the songs did.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying.
One of the songs was pre-released, which was Rejuvenated.
Right.
Shout out to Harrix. He produced that. So I released Rejuvenated in 2022. But in 2023, I wrote Tunnel Vision and I'ma Live, which is also produced by Harrix.
Dope. So you got those done. What else?
That's a 3-track EP, which is a part of a 6, because I'm gonna do volume 1. That's volume 1 of the EP. So 6 songs altogether. And now I'm not even gonna do a volume 1 and 2. I think I'm gonna just do a deluxe. I'm gonna add those 3 songs and then another 3 songs and make it a deluxe so that everybody can enjoy it all together.
Yeah, you can do it however you want.
And then add a bonus track.
Yeah,
you can make it what you want.
Run
it's
it
music.
up.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, and it's your art. We're in a space where you can add and subtract and tweak things.
Do whatever you want
now.
You can do whatever you want,
which is the way it was kind of intended. But we just technologically got there nowadays.
No, I think that artists like to conform and do what everybody else is doing.
But I also think that artists need to be saved from themselves sometimes.
I do too. And
some motherfuckers have touched the same record 5,000 times and it ain't no better than the 5th. You know what I'm saying? Like, you one of them.
Yeah.
You got your own studio, right?
I do. Black Russian Studios.
That's
which
probably
I
dangerous
built myself.
for you.
Well, I do pre-production there. I still go to my engineer of 15 years. Shout out C's. I still go to my engineer.
They stick her on there
Raziak Studio. Yeah, I still go to C's so he could put his pop on it. But I'll do all my pre-production right in my basement.
That's dope. Is it do you find yourself taking
Mama MERK, I'm smoking medical.
Does it work? Do you work? Is it more efficient for you that way?
Yeah. It's more, it's comfortable. It's peaceful. It's my solitude. That's where I write at. Right. So it's best for me to, cause like now I don't write like I normally write. I'm starting to get the Jay-Z Biggie thing down. So and since that's like my inspiration, my idol, Hov. If you know me, you know that's my favorite rapper. Right. Him and M. Still to this day, no matter who come out, those are still my favorite rappers. So I'm starting to get the whole Sean Carter thing down pat where I don't really write. So it's better for me to do it in my studio. Like I'll get the 8-bar. First I get the hook. Once I got the hook, that's the format of the song. The bars come easy. The 2/16s come easy for me. Whether I'm doing 2/16s, 2/12s, whatever I'm doing, that comes easy. I got to get the hook out the way. So once I get the hook out the way, I hurry up and lay it. And then I come up with the bars and I keep them in my head and I say, and then I just, and I say,
You really think she old? I say,
so that's that.
No, that's hilarious. I still haven't gotten to the writing in my head thing. I write fast though.
It's not easy.
I write pretty fast.
Especially now with me having this ailment because it's like I'm forgetful. But I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Dope. But all right, so you kept your spirits up, right? And then what else?
The support from my mother.
She
was
MERK.
right by my side the whole time, even on days where I told her don't come up, because I ain't want no visitors. I ain't want nobody to see me at 102 pounds.
Not even your mama?
Not even my mom. She saw me in the house, but I ain't even want her to see me like that in the hospital. I mean, it's images. Like, I got images in my phone, like the morphine from the pain they was giving me, all the IV
I'm sure you took
to
pictures
me.
of every detail.
It's gonna all be in my book. It's gonna all be in my book.
You gonna do your through the wire?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna give him my through the wire.
But
but that's what kept me grounded and kept my spirits up. The support of my family, my immediate family, all the flowers that people were sending me. Flowers die, but when you see them and you feel like, damn, I'm thought of.
Yeah, somebody
bears,
somebody
candy.
took time to do that.
Teddy bears, candy, flower. I'm like, I can't eat the candy because I was sick. Like, once I got discharged, it's February, so now Valentine's Day is February. Once I got discharged, it was in February. So now people sending me candies, and I'm like, I can't eat this no more, guys. But thank you. Cause
like, even talking to you now, you've been here for a little bit. Like, you seem like you still in a good place mentally.
Oh no, I'm dying inside though.
But like, I mean, and that's what I was.
You never know it though.
That's literally what I was going to ask you. Like, is that the reality? Because, you're a female, so your body went through changes, and you keep referring to the weight. And that's bigger than just the fear of losing so much weight. That's your clothes ain't the same, and you know what I mean. I
had to go shopping again. That's why I had to go shopping. I went to the mall and dropped the bag on. I'm like, damn, now I'm a extra small. I was a size 10, 12. Now I'm extra small. Or
if you was trying
I was a size 10, 12. Now I'm a 5. Like shit like that.
And if you was trying to get there, you'd have to fight forever to get there.
A mess.
That's crazy. So yeah, like, are you getting better with those things? Because you look good. You look fine.
Thank you.
You're still beautiful and all of that.
Thank
but
you.
like, how? Are you really?
I came a long way. You should have seen me at 102.
Yeah. So where you at now?
Because 144.
Oh.
Yep. That's the medication. That's the eating good. I can't eat salmon, in which I love. I can't go to Stinger and get a half a dozen or more, but I can eat some steamed shrimp.
Right.
Baked potatoes are good for me. Eggs are good for me. Scrambled eggs with parsley is amazing. The only cheeses I can eat now, and I'm gonna miss me some pepper jack cheese. Shout out to pepper jack cheese. It's amazing.
I fuck with pepper jack and horseradish.
So I can only eat sharp cheddar, Parmesan, and Swiss.
It's not bad.
I love Swiss. I didn't even know I was gonna like Swiss cheese.
Oh, you never was banging with Swiss before?
I never ate it before. I never knew I would like it because I always liked American and pepper jack.
Well, I mean,
and provolone.
The thing about cheese is, depending on what you're doing, there's a specific cheese for that. And Swiss is one of the ones that certain times that should be right on time.
You got the little holes in it. It just looks so cute.
I think that's why kids and stuff always think it look weird, because it's the only one that come out with all the holes.
I like it.
So either you intrigued by it or you turned off by it when you're young. As far as your medical situation, you say that there's no cure, but we can
currently. That can change.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully soon. But you can reverse some of the things that happen, like the ulcers and things like that, which will get you back to a baseline to just deal with the ulcerative colitis. And that'll be the one thing that you'll just have to maintain until they figure out something, right? Right.
Well, that is like me being anemic now because of all the loss of blood. So in order to get that back would be just continuously taking my fiber vitamins and drinking the beet juice to get my blood back up, to get my levels back up. But as in regards to the ulcerative colitis, I'm on 3 different medications, and I take those. I got to take 4 mesalamine pills a day, and then I take 1 prednisone. They tapered me down to 1 a day. Thank God, because the prednisone was making it's a steroid, so it makes my legs and ankles real big, like elephant feet. So I'm glad that I'm tapered down to 1 a day. Okay. I still get swelling in my legs and in my ankles, but not as much as I was getting.
Absolutely. At a third, right.
And the third one is the one I can't pronounce. Phendolamine, I don't know, but that's something to do with like, alright, so the mesalamine is to help shrink the ulcers. Okay. The prednisone is to help rebuild my immune system. And the one that begins with the F is something to do with indigestion and also acid reflux.
Okay.
So right before I'm about to eat something that I know I ain't got no business eating, like I can eat pizza, but I can't eat pizza with sauce. That means I can eat white pizza.
White pizza, right?
So I might feel like indulging in 4 or 5 slices. I know I ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So right before I do that, take one of the ones that begins with the F.
Right. No,
take
all
one
good.
of those, pop one of those, and drink some water, and then I'll be fine. I won't go back. Now my thing is having a flare up. When you have a flare up, that's when I know I did something wrong. That's when I know I ate something that was not dairy free.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like regular ice cream, I'm gonna miss me some butter pecan, but I can't eat that. I can only eat the dairy free ice cream. So anything that's, and I'm not even lactose intolerant, but I can't eat dairy products anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I can drink almond milk. I can't drink regular milk. And if I know I'm about to do that, that's when if I know I've done something wrong in my eating habits, that's when I'll have a flare up. And the flare up consists of excessive pain and back to the diarrhea and possibly weight loss again. So now I'm back inside the hospital again. And we don't want no flare ups. So I've been trying to stay away from, like, I can't smoke regular weed and what they call, this is what my doctor called it, street weed, like weed you can just buy from somebody. That's what they call street weed. I can drink I can smoke medical weed, but I can't drink liquor at all. Like that's out of it. Like I can't even drink wine.
I can dig it.
But when the ulcers close up, and hopefully they do sooner than later, then I can go, maybe I can like do things in moderation. Like I could probably buy an eighth, or I could probably have me a sip or two.
Yeah, I know.
But we don't want to do nothing until the ulcers close. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear because there was one point earlier and you was on a roll where you had said that there was no cure for the IBS situation, but I mean for the ulcerative colitis situation. I apologize.
No, you good.
And then you was like, but you could get to a place or whatever, and I was trying to clarify what that meant.
Get to a place of being able to sustain it, like live with it, and it not be a thing for you. Like you don't even know you have it. Yeah, so I just wanted to clarify that before we went to the next thing, because one thing is, you haven't been on stage since you've been out the hospital, and
right?
I can't. That's one thing I can't do. And if somebody got a nice setup for me where they got me a nice pretty ass chair with some fur around it, you know what I mean, a nice platform chair where I can sit down and you bring the mic in front of me and it could be a live band and I can sit down and rap and perform sitting down the entire show, then yeah, by all means, let's do it. But until then, no, I'm not risking it. It's not worth it. Yeah,
well, maybe if you feel up to it when we do our next live concert series, which is real controlled and it's a production. It's not, overwhelming. Maybe you could do a couple songs on that, and that's low pressure. You know what I mean? Just to get the new music out there.
Right.
Might be able to do that with you soon.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about it. But like, I think that
don't rush nothing.
No. But I think that I miss performing. But I think that people want to see, because you know how I am with performing. That's like if I could pick one thing that I enjoy the most with being an artist, it's performing. I can bypass writing. I can bypass recording. Like if I could, like I really
get
that
right
process
to the stage.
That whole process of like, all right, let me write this shit down. And see, I'm not like I'm gonna just say dumb rapper. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not a dumb rapper, meaning I like to use double entendres, sometimes triple entendres, metaphor, shit you gotta actually think about, shit y'all don't do no more. So that said, that shit don't be easy. Like I'm not gonna just come up with a 16 in 5 minutes. I can. It's been done before, but it's just like I like to think about it. I like to say things that, you know what I mean, that's gonna be like, oh, did she just say that? Instead of just like, all right, the beat hot, and then you so stuck on the beat, you don't care about what they really saying. You on the beat and you on the hook and you on the bop. But no, I actually take time with writing. So that being said, if I could bypass that whole process, bypass the recording portion of it, and get right to performing, I would love that. And that's the one thing I can't do no more. I can't get on the stage and give them my little drop it low, my little Kim shit. I can't.
You'll be back soon. That ain't a big deal. We gotta take care of your health first.
Bust my face trying.
You gotta get your health right first, and then you be right back out there. Cause, like we spoke about your relevancy, like you're nominated for every award in the city that has to do with female MCs,
right.
Whether you drop a project or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the people still give a fuck. Whenever you say you gonna hit a stage, people gonna show up.
No,
you see what I'm saying? So
I know. And then when I put that first post up, from the hospital bed, and I seen how many people, like people that I forgot was even following
Was
me,
even
like
paying attention.
yeah, like shout out to everybody that reached out. Little C's, Drag On, QDZ, Charlie
People's
Mack.
stomachs dropping.
Yeah, because they
Motherfuckers'
just
hearts
to
hurting.
see me
Like,
in
don't nobody
that
want to see that
form.
shit, man.
And the ones that didn't leave a comment, the ones that DM'd me and said things. Shout out Biggs Burks. Shout out like the people and that like you would be like, wow, she know him or they know her. You know what I mean? Like shout out to the people that reached out privately and just like I'm not for the whole social media thing, but I'm just concerned about you. And
yeah, I mean,
it's just
it all
amazing.
counts. All
it's
of it
amazing
counts,
to
man.
know who really cares and who don't. And people that sent me flowers, like my high school teacher, my English teacher. We talking about high school, Mr. Lawler. Shout out Mr. Lawler. When I went to Delaware Valley, he came and he brought me, and I didn't even know he knew I was sick, but I guess my mom had told him, and then he came with this beautiful bouquet, and then Jamie Knight.
Dope.
Just so many people, friends that was in junior high school, my girls that I used to work with at the mall when I worked at Cheltenham Mall, at the House of Beauty. Shout out Fatima, Kia, like so many of my girlfriends that just reached out and was crying and adamant about me just staying healthy and not.
Niggas used to go to House of Beauty for the Beijing.
Yeah,
They used to get the Beijing.
And the girls, that's the girl. The guys used to go to House of Beauty for the girls and the barber shit, the clippers or the
Clippers.
Yep.
I got pics out of there, all type of shit out of House of Beauty, random shit. But I remember niggas like, nah, I just went to Cheltenham and got the dye job for the prime. You know what I'm saying? Grab the bottle, take it to your barber. Them days we was wildin'.
yes,
Wildin'. Uptown. It was funny because I was talking about how everybody used to go to Cheltenham to take the couple pictures and shit.
right in that photo booth spot. Yeah,
The big ass shirts on.
yeah.
Hilarious, man. But you named a bunch of notable people. Whole lot of great names in there.
Yeah.
And
these are people
these
who I
aren't-
met just strength off being, like I remember one time Carl Thomas. This was like, and I didn't even mention him. And shout out to CT. He didn't reach out to me when I got sick, but that's
you
another
might have missed
story.
it. Some things don't pop up.
I know a lot of people missed it, but
I had to look back when you told me.
yeah, like
I'm
Carl
like, I
Thomas.
didn't see that shit.
If you don't know who he is, you too young. Stop watching. But no, Carl Thomas.
No, go educate yourself.
Yeah, no, Carl Thomas. He did the I'm Emotion. What's the other song? Summer Rain. But anyway, yeah, Carl Thomas.
He was dirty macking too, by the way.
Mr. Emotional. He was a former bad boy artist. Probably still is. Who knows how? You know how Puff do.
Lifetime
Yeah, you stuck.
contracts. Like, AI
But no,
Reebok.
but no, he was like, I remember one time, this was like in 2000 and I want to say 15. I had dropped this 2016. I dropped this freestyle that Cosmic Kev played for like 3 years in a row. It's called Holy Water. It's over the game beat.
Yep.
Morticia with the all black come through, fuck up a show, and then I fall back. I'm talking to my money right now, but you can call back. Yeah, Holy Water. That John. But anyway, yeah, Cosmic Cat played it on the come up show for like 3 years in a row. Anyway, when he heard the freestyle, he DM'd me, and this is Carl Thomas. He was like, yo, I don't know if anybody ever told you this, but you remind me of Hov when you rap. I said, yes! You know, that was like,
God damn it. God damn it. I'm hating.
That was like music to my ears.
I'm hating. And I never tried to sound like Hov, but I used to tell niggas that was my uncle.
Yeah.
And I ain't never claimed nobody. That gotta be my uncle. I think so much like him.
It's just like people say so many bad, negative things about him. Oh, he washed now. And, all right, well, he like 50 something.
I don't understand.
But
I don't understand how you watch when you are at the point where music is just a marketing tool for you.
Nah.
This nigga drop an album when he want to sell something. Do you know that like that's power to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna put out a project and just say Duce on 3 of the songs, and we out of it.
And we good. We up.
And we see what he getting off the liquor and what he just sued for and got off of that. Like it's worth it at that point. Like it's a different business model.
Say about Hov.
It's a different business model.
At the end of the day, all I can hear is them fucking lyrics.
Shit.
How you feel about a person
I just
personally?
heard God did.
Yeah,
I just heard God did. And see, I know so much about Hov that I got the shit that y'all didn't get.
Yeah, the shit that went over your head. Right.
It just sound like he was just talking. He was talking that shit to us.
Old Hove, new Hove, it don't matter. Hovey Hove. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my guy. Like, he's gonna always be my guy. I fucks with Wayne too.
I think Hove has 2 songs in his whole catalog that I don't fuck with, and I think they both are songs that I think should have been on Beyonce project.
Yeah. Commercial songs.
That's crazy. But no, where does the Lady MERK, the artist, start at? Because you've been MERK since Baby.
Yeah. When did the artist part start? And
yeah, because we don't get from Baby MERK to 50 Cent without something.
No, you're right. So, okay, so I rapped at my 10th. I rapped at my 10th birthday party. So it started with that. Dope. Like, my love for hip hop and my love for like music came about because my mom and her sisters. Shout out Mama MERK. My mother and her sisters used to be, and mind you, I'm 8 years old at this point. They used to wake me up in the middle of the night. Have you ever seen 5 Heartbeats? Have you ever seen that movie 5 Heartbeats when he got his little sister and he was doing some people run at the first side of storm? And she came in, it reminds me of that because she used to like make me join in anything, even if I didn't want to, or I would just join in. So her and her sisters used to be in the front room doing Sparkle, Sister and the Sister, giving him something he can feel. And I would wake up and hear it and hear the music because now I'm 8 years old. I'm supposed to be getting sleep, but these bitches is in the front room playing music until 2 o'clock in the morning. So now I'm forced to get up. By default, I had to hear. That's why my style of music is kind of like vintage because I grew up listening to music around my mom, my aunts, and my grandmoms where they was playing the Stylistics, playing, Clark Sisters, playing Sisters and the Sisters, watching Sparkle, watching New Jack City, like just like all that old stuff, like that's like old, and people that don't really know about it, I know about it because I was forced into it with my mom and her siblings. So like my love for music really came about when I was 10 years old, but I started really doing it 17. That's when I did my first song. So
you rapped at a birthday party at 10?
Yeah, I was 10 years old, my 10th. And I rapped at my graduation. Shout out to people
Middle school?
Delaware Valley. No, I went to Fells, and then I graduated from Delaware Valley because I got kicked out of Fells. Okay. So I wound up graduating from DV, but yeah, I performed at that graduation.
But you was 18. Okay. So you recorded your first song with C's?
No.
Where you recorded
Fat did that track, but that production, Southwest Philly.
Oh, all right.
Shout out Fat. I don't know if he's still living. I don't even know nothing. That was my first guy, the first guy. And then after that, when I was like in my 20s is when I met C's, like early 20s though, like 21.
So that wasn't long. That
wasn't that long. Yeah.
So what was the reception to your first record? Did you let anybody hear it?
That shit was whack, man. That shit was ass. That shit was ass. I ain't gonna hold you. If I heard that shit down, I would be like, turn it off. Was it whack because you was whack or what? No, it was whack because I just don't like the way I was rapping when I was that age. What was your style? With a catastrophe. You say you filled with velocity, but deep down inside I know you filled with mendacity. Lastly, I rolled through, destroy your whole capacity like cannabis. Keith Murray or cannabis? Cannabis. Yeah. Like, can I bust? Yes, you can. Cannabis was my guy though. Yeah, that ain't my shit. That ain't my style though. Yeah. No more. That's a rough. So if I heard that now, I'd be like, turn that shit off, yo. That shit ass. That's funny. I was on that super duper. Yeah, I was on that. What you call that? Super duper metaphorical. Like you said, it's a style. It's a name for it. It wasn't conscious. It's called. It was not conscious. Lyrical miracle. Yeah. Nobody want that lyrical miracle bullshit. Sun, the moon, the stars, and the quasar shit. I was her. That shit don't get no play in this Rod Sharif. It's all type of terms for that shit. I was definitely her. I was that girl. Did you battle? No, I went to Cyphers though. Did Cyphers a lot? Infamous Cypher down Broad Nolly with Dutchie from Major Figures. Salute Dutch, my guy. With my guy from Uptown, Cassidy. You know what I mean? With a couple of niggas, Jay Mills, a couple of niggas was down B&O getting it in, and I was the only girl, right in the middle, like. When the whole crowd used to be going like this, 40 niggas in a circle, 17 years old, right in the middle, blocking the sidewalk for the whole 2-3 hours. That was the twist back then. And then when the 6 bus pulled up, I was out. You used to get on the bus right uptown with it. Yep. We used to be on the 18 stop or the L stop just watching. Like I ain't going over there. And I used to spit a little bit back there, but nah. But when did you feel like
people started recognizing you and noticing and appreciating you as a rapper? At what point did you get to that? Was it the Broad County or was it high school graduation? What happened with the Ram Squad shit?
When I did the Sprite tour, like I wasn't a first lady and nothing like that. I think Eve was.
How you get on the Sprite tour? How you get with Ram Squad? You skip this shit.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I was going to get to that,
okay.
But, like, that's why I say I wasn't a first lady or nothing like that, because I remember Eve was, but I remember it was Ram Squad, which consists of Tommy Hill, Boy Backs, 6ix9ine, and I believe Radic or Suave is one of them. But that was Ram Squad. And then one time we got to a point, you know what I mean? And this wasn't nothing to do with the Joey Molino affiliation. This was, like, just really Tommy from the Muscle, him and Epi together. Like, I think they made a good business move, and they was able to land a deal with Universal J-Core, with Universal. And at the time, it was Tracy Lee. I'm real comfortable all the way back here knowing the mic is right here. It was, Tracy Lee, Ram Squad, Queen Pen, the Hot Boys, and Nelly and the St. Lunatics.
Oh, y'all was lit.
We was all on the same label. Well, Ram Squad was on the same label as those artists.
Right.
So that he said, all right, I'm at the point now where I could come up with my own little squad. Like, you know, when it was Wayne versus Young Money, like, I'm gonna come up with my own label, Young Money. Well, he created his own thing called Bankroll, and those artists consist of Lady MERK then, Wiz Gam, E-Rax, Charlie Khan. That was Bankroll. So because of that affiliation with Ram Squad and Universal, I landed on a Sprite tour, and that Sprite tour consists of Major Figures, Ram Squad, Philly's Most Wanted, 100X, and Non-Brigade, I believe. I think Non-Brigade was on that tour. Not sure.
That's a lit ass tour.
I think it was. And then, and my apologies if I'm wrong, but it was like somewhere around there. And then fast forwarding to me opening up that Powerhouse for Little Kim and Carl Thomas and Maya. Then fast forward me opening up at the Boston Coliseum for 112 Ja Rule, Dave Hollister. Then fast forward into like me being on VH1, Miss Rap Supreme. Because of my affiliation, I started with them. Like I said, I did my first song at Fat Did That Track with That Productions. That shit was ass. But then I started doing like open mics, and then DJ Miz noticed me at Chemistry, and he was like, I'm gonna introduce you to this person. This person introduced me to that person, and that's how I met those folks. And then when the whole Ram Squad thing went left, I ain't saying no dates. When the whole Ram Squad thing went left, Tommy got killed, Boy Bex or somebody got arrested. I don't know. That shit went left. And then I had to be on my own by default. So I was on my own as Lady MERK, and I did my thing from that time up until I changed my name to Tammi fucking G.
So how long was the graduation to getting with Ram Squad?
How long was that? 3 years.
That was 3 years?
Yeah, 3-year gap.
And you was on tour within
like 3 years.
3 years of actually
of graduating from high school.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Cause I didn't, like I said, I seen throwback pictures. I've seen you in these moments, and I'm like, she been moving for a while, but I didn't realize that it started with Ram Squad, and I might was supposed to know that, but I didn't realize it didn't come to me.
Yeah, like,
and it's crazy because I fucked with Ram Squad.
Yeah,
they had good songs. Like for hood niggas, they used to put out.
But you gotta understand,
singles.
at the time, I'm a teen. When I met Tommy, I think I was 18. So, or going on. No, I was 18 when I met him, but when I started like really rapping with them, you know what I mean, performing with them.
So you talked about
20, yeah.
You referred to when they split up, and do you think that was probably perfect timing for you in hindsight? Because maybe you might have hung around them longer than you needed to?
No, because I don't have no regrets in life. Everything, is a lesson learned. Never a regret.
Well, nothing happened. They fell apart.
There's a lot of shit happened.
You ain't break them up, did you?
But I was right in the butt of all that shit.
That's why I
was around for shootouts. I was around for a lot of shit that I wasn't supposed to be around for as a female.
I ain't want to get into all of that.
I was so young rapping with them. When we did the Load Your Guns Up video, my mom and dad had to be there with me because I couldn't get in night in Broadway.
Yeah.
Because it was shaky
butts. It was the
shaky butts. Yeah,
shaky butts.
The girls had their shit all out, and my mom was like, "What is going on, Tommy?" He's like, "Come on, mom.
It was because you was a young
she
female.
She gonna be
though.
in and out. That freestyle is classic. Shout out Ab, Lava, Mike Knox, Boy Bex. Those was the 3 guys that was on that song with me. I just look at that video, I be cracking up laughing. I was 19 years old, skinny as shit. Switch that shit from English to Russian shit. That shit funny. Classic freestyle. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and type in "Load Your Guns Up" and then put Ram Squad or Major Figures, whatever. Yeah, is it?
I'm about to say, I'm looking it up.
Is it there?
Y'all
be like, look at Lil Merk.
I just want to look
Merk.
at Night on Broad again and laugh at you. Them 2 is good enough for me. That's hilarious. I know you was snapping though.
Yeah,
you had to bring your parents out for it.
My mom was mad. My dad was cool about it because he was looking at the bitches shake their ass. But my mom was mad. She was like, "You got me in here with all these funky bitches."
Yo, Night on Broad and Playground was like every young boy first strip clubs. Like if you was in high school, you got them was the ones you could get into.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Horrible.
And Tommy and them was already grown as shit. They was already like pushing 30 and I'm the youngin'. And it was like, oh my God.
But that's why I think like it might have been you needed to go and do your own thing.
No, absolutely.
You need to go do your own thing.
You have to reinvent yourself. That's why I changed my name. And I didn't really change my name. It's really my name.
Yeah, you used your name. Right.
It's really my name. It's really basically my government.
But they both your names.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Valid point.
What's the emotional or lyrical difference between the 2? What?
One is definitely way more aggressive, and that's Lady MERK. More assertive. And Tammi is a little bit more reserved, more subdued. She's more mature,
refined,
more refined. Not as rough around the edges. Cause I was talking about a bunch of shit that I don't talk about. I would never say in a song now.
But you don't have any regrets. But
I don't have any regrets. It's all a learning lesson. Never a regret, but it's also growth. Because I'm not denying anything, or I'm not gonna say I'm not denying. Let's just say that. Let's just say this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing was wrong with what I was saying, but for my age, it probably was a bit much.
So when it wasn't a legal thing when you changed your name?
No, I didn't have to go do nothing legal.
No, because I mean, you weren't under contract somewhere as MERK. No, because I had actually, and I argued it because I said that's not what she said. But somebody was like, no, she probably, you know how when, like Prince changed his name because of legal shit.
No,
it was like it was probably something like that because people assume since you run around with the big dogs.
It's a pharmaceutical company by the name of MERK, but it's spelled MERK.
Yeah,
it goes according to how it's spelled, not how it was pronounced.
Right.
So my name was Lady MERK, LadyMerk, and I never
just
had
wanted
an
to
issue.
clarify that because I was like, she didn't say that.
I had publishing from the time I started rapping up until now. I started with ASCAP. I'm right now. I'm with BMI, and never had an issue.
And and MERK is still still get cash from MERK.
I'm getting paid out gracefully from, I can't cash out for a certain amount of time. You got to let the funds build up.
Does MERK still have an Instagram?
She only has a Spotify.
Okay.
And a SoundCloud.
All right, because
she is very relevant on Spotify because of that one freestyle that I did over Eminem beat.
And
I seen how many streams it got in the UK. That shit blew my mind. We talking authentic shit. We not talking about no fabricated numbers. This is from the muscle. This bitch Lady MERK.
So you gotta go over there.
Killing it on Spotify.
First you gotta send some merch over there to somebody. Then you gotta go over there.
I ain't gonna hold you. She up in the UK with that freestyle. They love that freestyle.
Go over there. You gonna have to put on your old clothes like how you used to dress before you was refined. And give what they want.
I have to figure it out. Yeah. I keep trying to contact Spotify and actually ask them how can I merge the 2 accounts.
That's why I was asking
because
about
I really need them
for,
monthly listeners to be on my side.
But I was thinking about even for booking purposes. That's why I asked if they had the same. If you had an Instagram, because I was like, if people look up MERK because of the
she
affiliation
only has
with her,
like somewhat of a YouTube channel and then that Spotify.
Yeah. Well.
And a SoundCloud.
It'll come together. You'll figure out the perfect business way to get all the bags. Soon as you feel about it.
She's doing good. I get paid off of being both, and it's all me. That's the great thing.
Now we know Powerhouse is the shit. We always know Lil Kim and all these names.
Yeah, but I was there.
It's
crazy. I heard you gotta pay to perform there now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's everything is different now.
It's like a showcase.
They making people pay $15 a month to be verified. They make you pay to perform at arenas. They're making. I remember when I started, they was paying me to do it.
Right.
Just off the break. What's your booking? That's the first question. What's your booking information? It's like, now can you just do this on a lookout? It's the era, the times has changed. I used to make so much money when I dropped mixtapes. Now I gotta wait for the streams to go up. You know how the equivalency of streams versus buying a $10 CD? You know how much money I used to make at Cheltenham Mall?
There is no equivalency to a stream versus
exactly.
a $10 CD.
That's the point. You know how much money I made off the Liking mixtape?
All right, back to my question, woman. You be running.
No, I'm just saying. I miss CDs.
What was your favorite performance of you?
Oh my God, that's hard.
Stage? Or
performing at MTV. Well, for Little Kim and Sway.
For Lil Kim and Sway?
Mm-hmm. Not even necessarily when I opened up for her at Powerhouse. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't get a chance to get one-on-one with her. Really.
And that's the difference?
Yes.
From all of the other ones in that time?
Yes.
How's Sway?
He's very nice. He's very cool.
Sway seems like a cool uncle type.
Yeah, I'll show you some videos. He cool as shit.
I fuck with Sway.
We got a video with us having like a little conversation about, somebody that I know, but he's cool.
I fuck with Sway as a personality, and I like how he handles Philly people when they come on his platform.
I like how he handle everybody. Like, he's very respectful. Mm-hmm. He's also very reserved, well spoken. Somebody that you can learn from. But
you know how with a lot of radio personalities, everybody has their handful of cities that when they come through, they give it up. Mm-hmm. And we one of them. For him.
Absolutely.
For him,
they know we come from.
He be
spitters.
like, y'all got spitters.
Yeah.
Y'all always got. He want hyenas, and he like, I can always get one from Philly. You know what I'm saying? And he says that in a way where it's like, Sway saying that is a real thing.
That's a big deal.
That's a real thing. So just and I remember
and when I was up there spitting, and just when I look at that footage. And I look at, not necessarily me, I know how I look performing. Right. But when I look at the footage of him and Kim, the expressions, when I think I said what I said, something about, I forgot, I think it was the Brandy punchline. Mm-hmm. But I remember him, I said, I need to be in rehab because I'm hella dope. Bitches can't see me with a telescope. Why you on your way to sex, knowing that you hella broke? Like, that whole part, like, I just remember looking at him and Kim's face, like, it was popping hard as shit. So especially Sway. So that's a big deal for me. She hugged me and she pulled me to the side. She's like, you know what you need to do. Like, with the other girls, I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta keep it a bean. One girl cried. She kept fucking up. It was 3 of us. It was me and 2 other chicks from Brooklyn. I think one was from Harlem and the other one was from Brooklyn. And with me, she gave them their little advice. And then with me, she just was like, like, she was looking me up and down like, bitch, like, what you even doing on here? For real, that's the expression that she had on her face. Like, literally, like, you know what you need to do. I'm like, no, bitch, tell me. In my mind, I'm like, no, bitch, no, tell me what I need to do. But that was just her approval of saying, like, I got her stamp of approval. Like, that was the name of the segment, stamp of approval. Mm-hmm. I got my stamp from Kim because she just basically said that, like, girl, like, you already there. You know what you need to do.
And like we said earlier, Philly is a spitter city. Mm-hmm. You go to any corner, any block, and ask who raps, somebody's going to be nice from that bend of a corner. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But when did you get to the point where you knew you could just go at a drop of a hat under pressure? You know what I'm saying? Things like that, because that's a skill set.
When I performed for X. Well, when I rapped for X. Uh-huh. At that point.
Rest in peace to Dog.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mr. Earl.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Me too.
No disrespect.
He gave me some advice. It was constructive criticism, though. Mm-hmm. All right, so outside of Philly being known for being dope spitters, what else are we known for? What did Beanie Siegel do for Hov? What do you say? I gave y'all 1,000 bars. You know what I mean? So we known for, like, rapping not only good, but rapping for a while. Like, we're not going to give you a quick, like, it's not often that we're going to just give you a quick 16 and be done. Mm-mm. So, excuse me. I don't know if y'all heard that. X, when I had met him backstage at the Bad Boy reunion, he said, give me a quick 16. Actually, how we met was he had just performed. And he another one of my faves. Him, 50. I got a couple faves. Yeah, I mean,
and they know you, but your
and
faves know you. Like
my
that's
faves, all of them know me.
Fucking dope.
I worked with 50. Shout out 5. But anyway, and I worked with him not musically, but kind of, sort of. But it was more so for the F and Vodka thing. If y'all remember F and Vodka,
I remember.
But anyway, Earl, shout out X. He was getting off stage. He was sweaty as shit. And when I saw him, this is my first time seeing him and meeting him. So when I saw him, the only thing I could think of, I just said, 1, 2, 1, 2, come through, run who? And he said, oh, you don't know what the gun do? I swear to God. He was like, oh, you don't know what the gun do? And I said, some do. Those that know were real quiet. Let me think you would have tried it. Fuck around and started riot. He said, you coming backstage with me? So we backstage, and he was like, give me a quick 16. And I gave him a 30.
Of course.
I gave him like a 40. And he was like, you hot. But sometimes niggas be busy. So when niggas say, give me a quick 16, we really mean that shit. Like, y'all Philly niggas, y'all be going there.
He asked
you
for
hot
the
as
elevator
shit.
pitch, not the speech.
Yeah, he said it just like that. Like, that was the whole conversation verbatim. I can remember like it was yesterday.
No, we are known for rapping long as fuck.
Yeah, that was his advice. But at that point, when I was like, damn, if I could organically meet DMX and spit his old shit and then let me spit some of my new shit to him, and he give me constructive criticism, but yeah, he still fuck with me, take a pic with me. You know what I mean? Look at me up and down like he was.
Of course he was. He's the dog.
I was like, could you keep your eyes to yourself, sir? I wanted to say that.
Whole ass man, woman.
Yes. He was staring at my titties for like ever. I'm like, sir. I
ain't gonna lie. When you said y'all was rapping and he was like, you coming with me? I'm like, I bet he did.
Yeah. But they all say that, though. They do. Yeah, I'm very welcoming, I guess you could say. Easy on the eye and good to work with type of vibes. Like, I'm giving you that. But anyway, that's what he did. And at that point, because your question was, at what point did you feel like you could like do it at the drop of a dime? From that experience, meeting X and him giving me that constructive criticism, which was true. And sometimes niggas do be in the rush, especially niggas on that caliber. Like, you could be hot as shit, but Hope might not got time for a 40. He might only need a 12. Let me just hear, if you can get your point across in 6 seconds, you're amazing. So niggas don't, less is more. Niggas don't need that 40. They said it's, you know what I mean? Especially men,
if you
people
can
on
get
that
your point
caliber.
across in 6 seconds, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, if you can get your point across in 6 seconds, give him the first joint got to be hard. That first bar got to be that joint. Like, especially when you're rapping for somebody like a Hove, a Wayne, a Drake even. Like, when you rapping with niggas that got a lot of stuff to do, you got to kind of like get right to it. And
you got to make them feel it. You got to make them believe it.
Yeah, from the rip.
I've seen people rap their ass off and motherfuckers be like, that was hot, but
it didn't hit me.
Yeah, like I felt him, and he wasn't doing nothing like what he was doing, but it didn't come off, the same.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean be tough, be loud, be aggressive.
Just be you.
You could be soulful and make somebody feel it. You know what I mean? You could be singing and make somebody feel it without having to get too crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just about your delivery at all times and your confidence.
And your confidence. Because that's another thing with just being you. Because my thing is, if at the end of the day you choose to do this thing called music because you want to do it, you love it, so you got to make the people that's looking at you believe that you love it just as much as they may do. You know what I mean? You got to be confident and you got to do stuff that's authentic. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, just because she popped doing that don't mean you're gonna pop doing that.
Right.
Or just because he popping doing it don't mean you're gonna be popping doing it. I learned to not conform a long time ago. What's for y'all, what's for a lot of y'all ain't for me. Like, again, I like niggas that really rap, that really got a pen game. Like, I mean, shout out RJ Payne, shout out Ines. Like, I like niggas, Quilly. Shout out niggas that really know how to rap. Like, you know what I mean? That really know how to rap, to put them lines together. I respect it.
And definitely shout out to Payne and Nuss, two gentlemen that have had a hell of a resurgence in their careers. And Payne took a break.
Absolutely.
But Nuss was kind of consistent. But these last few years,
snapping.
They have been going nuts, respectively, in their own direction. And I'm talking about mass production of projects. Nuss is battling every week, putting out a freestyler 3 every week. I respect it, man. And I think that we're seeing the new normal. It used to be that once you get to a certain point, it's over. Niggas is showing you that it's different and you don't got to be Hove for it to be different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So definitely salute to them because I think that's important. Absolutely. I think it's inspiring. I think like Nuss could really have a conversation with most of the youngins in the city and be like, you ain't working.
Right.
And they got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? And if they got a question, just follow me, bro. Just go on my page.
A lot of these youngins be thinking they working, and they really don't be. Like, their form of working is just like dropping a 16 or doing a freestyle on Instagram and kind of going viral.
Or showing up, standing in the corner, hopping on stage, doing that dance for 5 minutes, and then not talking to nobody and walking out.
You got to put that work in. Again,
you got to network.
You got to put that work in. I come from the era of putting that work in before being rewarded. Like, now they're just kind of like giving away the reward without you having to work for it. I come from the era where you had to put the work in. So that's why it's a privilege when you know you got verified without having to purchase it. Not throwing shade, but it makes you feel like your work means something. If somebody just like, I didn't even know my joint was going to be there, and I pop up in my joint there. Damn. And it's a message in my notification saying you are now verified, which means you have to keep a certain profile picture, and you have a blue check next to your name. The whole message with me being surprised that I'm even verified. Like, I didn't know that after applying, my joint was going to show up like that fast. I thought they was going to have. I thought it was like all this research that Instagram has to do. So to know that you got it authentically versus, I'm purchasing it. I don't even know if I really deserve it. I just want the look.
I think there's another aspect.
A lot of people look at it like that. And then a lot of people actually doing it for a financial reason. And those are the people I respect. Because if you know that you can make money off of your brand, and you know that you can make more money by being verified on Instagram, by all means do that.
Yeah, because
but it's a lot of people doing it with a lot of false intent, and I don't respect that.
It's going to become a business standard more than a star standard.
I know. They've
that's what's really happening. And
they've explained that. Yeah.
To each his own. You know what I'm saying? Because we know people was paying for it before.
I just found out that they were paying. I just found out that from somebody.
They was paying more, but they were paying for it before.
But listen, I heard it was like $5,000 to buy that joint.
I've heard different numbers, and I believe all of them because it all depends on who you go through and with the whole players. Because some of them checks you don't get the whole check experience.
And I even heard that at some point you got to hire a publicist to get it for you. I heard different scenarios with
publications. It's all type of routes, which I mean is based on you as a personality or a business, so that makes sense. But the way that they fudge it was getting crazy. So whatever, you know what I mean? That's when you just throw your hands up and be like.
But for me, the gist of it is for me knowing that I've gotten mine
organically
from just being being a notable person, or being somebody that has, like you said, relevancy. Whether she's Lady MERK or Tammi Jean, that made me feel good because I remember
that's a beautiful thing.
I got it as I changed my name, so I didn't get it being Lady MERK. Lady MERK is not verified. The only place Lady MERK is verified is on Spotify. So she's not verified anywhere, but I got it being Tammi Jean. And I was only Tammi Jean since 2016. It's now 2023. That's a lot of time in between. However, at the time, the verification thing was kind of new. It was kind of new. So it was like where people in Philly was getting it. Like, I'm like, all right, so if they noticing me, all right, that's cool. Yeah. Like, I don't know if it was a simple Google search. Whether it was, I don't know, the MTV thing, the VH1 thing, I don't know. But it's a reason why they gave it to me. They felt like I was deserving of it. So it makes an artist that's doing it pretty much, I'm my own woman. I'm a one-woman show. I'm my own army. So I don't have, like, I have a team. Yeah, me and my mom.
Don't forget mama.
No, of course. But as far as, like, you know how people have management.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
All that. Like, Mama MERK is my mamager. Mamager, I guess you can say. Yeah.
MERK mamager. MERK mommy.
She be wanting to be. I be like, Mom, you ain't. Chill. Just ride with me.
No, but
love her to death though. She definitely was like riding the whole time. She thought I was about to die. She like, you don't understand. You're not my only daughter. You my only child.
You lost a third of you in a small amount of time. Yeah. You said from 152 to 102.
152, 102. Yeah.
That's a third of you as an adult. Like that's literally. I'm thinking I'm dying. I'm thinking you dying. Like whoever's in the situation, I could understand that.
She started excessively drinking. She was like, fuck the world. It was like, it was up for everybody. She was like, if you check, everybody getting checked. I'm like.
So, if for nothing else, you gotta stay here for Mama MERK, because
she's gonna snap.
Philly don't need that problem.
She gonna snap if she lose her child.
Philly does not need that headache.
And we go at it. Like, we be combative with each other. We go at it. People that know. But when it comes to, like, thinking you're gonna lose your child, is a difference. The narrative has definitely changed with her. She's like, be careful. Did you eat? Did you take your pills? Like right now, she gonna kill me. I ain't take my pills. They
You
home.
about to.
Yeah,
She about to take them, mama.
Yeah.
But I think a good way to wrap this, considering that we started talking about your health and we just started talking about little highlights of your career, little points of your career as an artist and a musician. Has your goals and 5 to 10 year plan changed in any way since your health things, and in which ways?
Definitely more proactive. Before I was a little bit more, I guess you could say, like, let it do what it do. Now I'm very proactive in everything, not just my music, but my health. The ones who I feel like really love me and care about me, that's been in my corner, whether it's just a check on you, whether it's just a text, how you doing?
Being
good morning, just being
shit.
attentive, yeah.
Intentional.
You know what I mean? So like everything, the narrative has changed. I became a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive too since this. I'm kind of reverting back to Lady MERK a little bit. I hate to say it, but I hate to say it, but because it was a reason that I changed. So why revert back if you change from that?
Well, you won't never be that way in the same way anyway.
I won't, but I just wanted to clarify that it wasn't a change; it was a reinvention.
Right.
So, that said, when I was her, I was definitely more assertive, and like I didn't really care about what nobody thought. I said what I wanted to say, and it was whatever for anybody. Like seriously, I was that girl. And then as I got older and I changed I reinvented myself. It was more like, all right, I'm gonna be a little bit more approachable. I'm gonna be less aggressive. I don't need everybody to think I'm a bitch. Like,
well, I've never gotten bitch from you, but we've also never been in a situation where I'm probably sure you've had to be that. But I just want to say that one, I'm glad you finally made it.
Yes, it's a blessing to be here. Thank you for having me. I love the vibes. You the homie. You was in my video. Don't think I forgot. You was in my jump around video.
Yep.
Right on the pool table.
I was sitting next to C's by the bar for hours.
Yeah. That was a dope video though. Shout out MGK and Mr. Get Drunk,
my guy. That's my guy. Two Things Podcast. Check him out.
Yeah.
You know that was my neighbor when I was a kid. We used to ride skateboards together.
Shit.
Okay. All right. Just some people don't be knowing, like we a lot of us knew each other from the weirdest of ways because we've been outside literally, not in the COVID sense. We was on the sliding board. But I just want to say I'm glad you made it for one.
Me too.
You look and sound way better than what I'm sure you're dealing with, and that boosts me, makes me feel good about it. Okay. So I don't know if that's selfish or not, but I'm glad to see you in person and
know that somebody that was once this girl that was this way to now she's dealing with this, like losing 50 pounds in a month, almost dying and needing blood transfusions and having ulcers, and you would think she would look not like this.
I thought you might be up here whispering at some point. I didn't know what we was, you know what I mean? But my platform is here for it. If that's what it was, that's what we was going to do. We was going to turn your mic up. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you to keep taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
So you can take care of Mama MERK.
Absolutely.
So you can get back on stage. You know what I mean? So that you could break down more barriers and keep being
get that
dope.
bag because you know what I mean, the performance is different from
Yeah. And it's a different
bag.
It's a different kind of money floating around here now, man. It's coming from different places that didn't care before. So
listen, unfortunately I had to turn down quite a few situations.
I bet.
I had to decline quite a few since I've been back, and it was because of my health reasons.
But it wasn't meant to be yet.
Yeah, like I know what it do. I can show you some pictures of my phone with me trying to be superwoman, thinking I can get in my own car and drive. And I can show you how I bust my face up and my remember when I sent you them pictures?
Yeah, don't do that no more.
Yeah, like I be thinking I can do it. Like that's another thing that I left out. Like the reason why I can't perform is because my equilibrium is not all the way there. Like my mobility and my upper body is not what y'all might think it was. So if y'all might see me in the video, know that I'm probably gonna be sitting down. If you see me perform, I'm probably gonna be sitting down.
For a little while.
I can't stand on my legs that long without getting a little woozy.
Yeah, but it's temporary.
I know.
It's temporary.
I'll be back.
But salute to you. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Big hand.
and Tammy Jean. Tammy Jean
He got enough streams.
But you gotta check out MERK to see what the UK talking about, because that's hilarious.
Yes.
That she is running it up over there all on her own. You got your own little AI.
A little bit. I was surprised. I'm like, this bitch over here eating. Let me find out I got a book in the UK. As Lady MERK.
Crazy. I mean, whatever.
And not to say that they don't even know Tammy Jean, but they really like that fucking freestyle.
Yeah, we gonna bring the old jeans and the old shoes back out and go right over there and go get that bag. Call it what you want. Don't call you broke. That part.
Listen.
This is Sipping with Sammie. I am Sipping with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together. And we out this bitch like a newborn.
Get it right. Get it right. Get it. I done took a 6-pack on tour. Whole vibe shift from the front door. Shit bit brighter, not the one boy. Talk to me nicely, ain't the one to come for. Ain't the one to stare at. Just speak, never fear that. If you geek, they gon' clear that. And all that guy you talking can't hear that. Now where's the yak? Who's she? Everywhere smoky, like the movie. Fly day, day, groovy. She 5 feet away, suddenly groupie. Heat seeking, get off my neck. Whole convo, what we could do next. Put that hot box on ice. I mean respectfully, y'all came to get right, get it right.
Up north, get right. Down south, get right. Midwest, get right. West Coast, get right. Up north, get right. Down south, get right. Midwest, get right. West Coast, get right.
Came to get a check, get lit. I mean drunk, real shit. Raise a bottle if you feel this. Or felt it, coach, bench him, he's melting. Your man Sammie a pro, I just drink mo. See my reflection, think mo. Peek around my section, drink mo, drink mo, drink mo, drink full, drink mo. You know it's time to go when all the bottles flip. Driver pop the trunk, I got another beer. Backwood on my lip and another twist. If they think I'm loco, can't fuck with this. Trouble type, I think they the bubble type. Can't get right if only for one night. If this is life, I'd be damned if Santa's gonna get right, get right, get right.
Up north, get right. Down south, get right. Midwest, get right. West Coast, get right. Up north, get right. Down south, get right. Midwest, get right. West Coast, get right.
Get right. Get right.